Tell us a story about the long-lost Marvin the Martian. Oh, okay. Well, once upon a time, there was a guy, and his name was Marvin. But he wasn't really a guy. He was an elephant. And Marvin had dreams of going to Mars. He lived on the planet Earth. Marvin was always told by his family growing up, "No, Marvin, you can't go to Mars. You're an elephant. They haven't even sent people to Mars." And Marvin's like, "It's not fair. I want to go to Mars." And he never made it to Mars. And that's the story of Marvin the Martian. It's really Marvin the wannabe Martian. This is Marvin the Martian, the sequel. Marvin the Martian, then he grew up, and Marvin has a son. And his son's name is Marvin Jr. And Marvin Jr. is like, "Dad, can I go to Mars?" And he's like, "Son, when I was a kid, I dreamed of going to Mars too. And my mom told me it was impossible." And it is. No, you can't. And that's the end of Marvin the Martian, the sequel. Marvin the Martian, the trilogy. Yes, the third chapter. Marvin Jr. then grows up, and his dad, Marvin Sr., is on his dying bed. And Marvin says, "Dad, I know you told me growing up that I could never make it to Mars. And you were right." Not! I'm going to Mars! So, Marvin takes his fate into his own hands. He births a child who he names Marvin Jr. Jr. Well, his middle name is Jr., so it's Marvin Jr. Jr. It's still just Marvin Jr., but if you say out his full name, it's Marvin Jr. Jr. Marvin Jr. and Marvin Jr. Jr. They start to build a spaceship, and then they realize they're elephants, and they can't build a spaceship. And that's how the trilogy ends. But it's not over, because Martin Jr. Jr. had a child, a daughter, named Martina. And Martina was an elephant who is not only incredibly smart, but incredibly good with her hands. She was smarter than all the humans in the land. And she still could not build a spaceship. End of story. Martina, she had dreams. She heard about her legendary dad and dad's dad and dad's dad's dad. She heard about Martin, the wannabe Martian. And she was determined to prove everyone wrong. Everyone who believed that she could never make it to Mars. So, despite being told by the narrator of this story that it wasn't possible, she says, "No, narrator, it is possible." "No, it's not, Martina." "Yes, it's possible." Martina says, "I can and I will build this spaceship." So, Martina gets to work. She digs into the ground and she finds tons of spaceship parts and she puts them all together. And after many years, she finally built a spaceship. However, she's too old to get in it and make it safely to Mars without dying. So Martina, unfortunately, is unable to become Martina the Martian. But Martina had a daughter, and her name was Martinana. And Martinana didn't really want to go to Mars. She didn't have the dreams her mom did. But Martina said, "Martinana, you'll do this for me, won't you? This was the dream of me, your father, your father's father, your father's father's father." And then Martinana says, "No, Mom. This is your dream, not my dream. I don't want to go to Mars." Martina says, "Martinana, if you don't do this, all of our life's work, our family's life's work, our legacy will end. You're the only elephant who can go to Mars." And Martinana says, "No, Megalo." And then she wakes up from her dream. And she finds her mom, and her mom's on her dying deathbed. And she goes, "Mom! Mom! She goes, Martinana. And Martinana says, Mom, I'll go to space. I'll go to Mars for you in that spaceship that you built with your hands. And Martina says, Martinana, I'm so proud of you. So Martinana gets into the spaceship and she presses the button. It says, fly to Mars. She presses it, hits it, realizes the spaceship doesn't work, and she is unable to go to Mars, unfortunately. And then she says, it do be like that. And the narrator said, it do be like that. But then she wakes up from her dream again. She had fallen asleep inside of the spaceship. She wakes up in the spaceship and she sees the button again. And it says, press to go to Mars. She doesn't just press this button. Martinana slams on the button. She presses it. The spaceship ignites. No, it doesn't ignite. The spaceship ignition turns on. Boom. And as it takes off, she hears the voices of Martinana, Martin Jr., Martin Jr., and Martin the Martian. And they're all saying, Martinana, we're so proud of you. You're officially Martinana the Martian. And the spaceship flies through the sky. And as it hits the atmosphere, it does not break into a million pieces, but instead passes through the atmosphere, flies all the way past all the other planets. And then Martinana realizes she passed Mars and she is on Neptune and lands on the planet Neptune. And she says, I am Martinana, the Neptunian. And that is the story of Martinana, the Neptunian. Whoever wrote in chat, tell us a story about Martin the Martian. You sent us on a roller coaster.